Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So here today we are going to be looking at our chloroplasts and our mitochondria. So firstly, when we look at these two, these are semi-autonomous, meaning to say they have their own DNA, ribosomes, among other things. They are membrane bound, which is very important. So now when we begin this, we are going to realize to say the general structure of the chloroplast is that it is made up of the fluid part, which we are going to call the stroma. So the stroma is the site where even the cycle that we are going to be calling the Calvin cycle takes place. So the Calvin cycle is simply the process where photosynthesis takes place in the light dependent phase. So this is where most of the photosynthesis will be able to take place in the light dependent stage. The stroma is the liquid part, don't forget that. Then we have this structure. When we just have one of this is what we are going to call the thylakoid. So this is the thylakoid, one of these. When they are stacked together, they will be able to be called what we are going to call a granum. Granum is singular. So as you can see, so we have this word, which is our, let me zoom this. So we have the granum, which is this one, which is a stack of thylakoid. So thylakoid is just one thing, then this whole thing is the granum. So now the thylakoid is where the chloroplast, the chlorophyll is embedded. So it is responsible for the absorption or trapping of light. Then the grana is joined by this thing that we are going to be calling the lamella. This word, the lamella. So the lamella's function is to act as a bridge between two granum. Remember, granum is a stack of thylakoid like that. So this is the general structure, which the important parts. We have the inner membrane, we have the outer membrane like that. So this is our structure of our chloroplast. Let's review. So as we said, our thylakoid stores chlorophyll, which is the pigment that absorbs light rays. This helps in the process of photosynthesis. Then we have the granum. The plural is called grana. So this is a stack of thylakoid. So if we are looking at thylakoid, stack of thylakoid is called granum. Then we are going to have the thylakoid looks like this, just one. Then the stack. So this is what we have. So remember, thylakoid. Then the whole thing is the granum. Grana is, let's say we might have two stacks of thylakoid. We are going to call them grana. Then we have our stroma is the liquid part of the chloroplast, where even the DNA is suspended. Remember what we said? We said that this one has got its own DNA. So the chloroplast, the structure can be reviewed like this. So we have the grana, which is the stack of our thylakoids. So this whole thing is what we are going to be calling our grana. Then the thylakoid is just one stack there. Then we have the inner membrane, we have the outer membrane, we have the stroma lamella, which is the connecting part or between two grana like that. Then we might have our stroma in which the DNA is suspended. Let's look at our mitochondria. So even the chloroplast, remember, it has got the ribosomes, which we are going to be calling the 70S. So now the mitochondria also is semi-autonomous. It is similar. It has got so we have the matrix. So the matrix is a liquid part in which these other structures are suspended. We have the DNA. Remember, it has got its own DNA. We have the ribosomes, the 70S. We also have our ATP particles. So the matrix is the liquid parts like that. Then we also have folds. So the mitochondria has folds, which we are going to be calling our cristae. Where it's folded here, we are going to call them our cristae. Now, if you remember, the function of folds is simply to more like create more surface area for number one, ATP production and enzyme action. So the cristae helps in ATP production like that. It also provides more room because the more folded the structure is, the more of it there shall be. So remember, the function of the mitochondria is to provide energy via ATP. So this is the general structure of the mitochondria. A quick review. So the mitochondria is the powerhouse. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. It provides or makes energy in form of our ATP. It has got a fold, which we are going to be calling the cristae. Yeah. We also talked about the matrix is the liquid in which DNA is suspended, and also we have other things such as the ribosomes and all that. The cristae is the site of energy production. So this one helps in the formation of ATP. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you would like, subscribe, and share for more. See you in the next tutorial.